No one kills 7 people without serious psychopathic tendencies. You know, they've been zigzagging north and south, but in the relative straight pattern for Washington, D.C. And just the security guard. It's been a mother, a manager, and a young child. It also appears the king is in charge of the money-grabbing operation while the queen keeps track of time, making sure they're in and out in under 2 minutes. Turning the king and queen against each other could be the key to disarming them. Your old unit chief? Kevin, can you possibly pull up each of the surveillance feeds prior to Will being shot? The female unsub disappeared once before. If she wasn't looking for an escape, what was she doing? She's following the electrical lines. Gas mains, oh no. I thought it might have been symbolic of his own silence. He was raised to believe he was worthless and unwanted, so essentially he never had his own voice. Absolutely silent under that kind of pressure was a skill he undoubtedly learned as a child. He was rendered silent for so long, it became a conditioned response. I can't imagine doing anything else. I'm Dr. Reid with the Behavioral Analysis Unit. Yeah, well, for the record, CD was not sent to the police this morning, and the tragic overture was written by Brahms, not Wagner, so luckily, I guess it's not your cousin. 98 minutes below the rising. Garcia, what time is sunset there tonight? 98 minutes later, it'll be 8 p.m. What's dedicated to President Garfield in San Francisco? It's a rare combination of MO and ritual that allows us to link cases over time and geographic distances. Exactly the way Garrett killed his victims. Eyes were never closing, hearts were never broken, time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the box. What is it? Could it maybe be a fashion statement? As targets prostitutes, runaways. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not feeling so good about the stroke of midnight. For future reference, polyphasic sleep is completely natural. I'll do it. I've seen that episode of Mr. Belvedere. What could possibly go wrong? Knows the dominant's type, obtains the victims, and disposes of the body once the dominant has completed his killing ritual. What if the unsub's in a wheelchair? Trust one another completely, so what kind of relationship involves that dynamic? Siblings. One that's probably done it before. But helping your husband avoid a DUI is far different than helping your son dispose of bodies. No skid marks, he probably hit the pole going about 65 miles per hour. Now that we have 3 victims, there's a pattern. It looks like his area of control is near Ridgecrest. Maybe the minibar first. So where would he go next? Start our search there, but having said that, it's important not to display too heavily of a police presence. He's convincing total stranger. He could be finding his targets on the streets and then inviting him to his house for a private party. What are you thinking? The same person who can make sure you don't run a tab or a paper trail. The victims had that made them vulnerable to loss. Somebody was in the compactor when it was crushed. I counted 2 cuts, 3 bruises, a black eye. The entire family was shot and killed. A backup generator and a cell phone connection to the security company. That's strange. Violent crimes like these are normally associated with stimulant drugs like methamphetamines. That's almost impossible based on where the body was found. Staging the crime scene to send some kind of message. In the hopes of convincing authorities that the Black Panther Party was responsible. It gives him a sense of power and belonging. Oxycodone to drug his unwilling partners, but he does so without killing them, which means he's knowledgeable. There are approximately 2 hours between Ramon's abduction here. Turned him into a killer. The house is empty. He's not here, but I found this in his bedroom. It's addressed to her. Especially the proliferation of solicited sex and drug use in the downtown district. He may no longer feel special as an adult. He could be trying to hold on to him. Based on the complexity of the code, it's obvious the Sunsub is operating on several different levels, so we need to start thinking in multiple dimensions. Do you ever wonder if you lived up to expectation? I thought I'd cure schizophrenia by the time I was 25. People told me that I could do anything. No, I'm afraid I let myself down. Wait a minute, that's it. Who's this message for? The writer is a genius, but the recipient would have to be too in order to decode it. The computer slowed me down, so I prefer paper, but I wasn't expecting all these comments. Zodiac used in his first message back in 1969. Hey, what's up? We fell for it. He's most likely within 5 years of my age. The question is why? A letter was hand-delivered to me last night. It's not the real Zodiac. Does anybody know what dendrophilia is? Yes, a fetish for trees. You know what, you might like the FBI's internship program. Unfortunately, we're already past the deadline, but Nanovex is in the company Landis Pharmaceuticals investing $100 million in Nanovex. You too.
Don't forget to subscribe, follow, like and comments for updates.